Hello and welcome to this edition of ONTV News. I'm Jessi Agnew. With summer coming to an end, the Township's Park and Recreation Department is gearing up for the annual Barn Daze Festival. Barn Daze is held at Friendship Park near the Patriot Barn, a Gothic structure built in the 1920s in the style of a gentleman's barn. The Patriot family, farmers and cattle breeders, and one of the founding families of Orion Township, built the barn on what is now the corner of M24 and Silverbell Roads. Through the joint effort of the Orion Historical Society and Orion Township Parks and Recreation, the Patriot Barn was relocated to Friendship Park. On September 9, 2000, volunteers from all over the community came together to physically pull the ropes that once again raised the walls and roof in an old-fashioned barn raising. Barn Daze is an annual celebration of this unique piece of Orion history. Families can enjoy a Civil War encampment, hay wagon rides, inflatables, a petting farm, farm fresh produce, pony rides, and more. Barn Daze is Saturday, September 8th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Friendship Park. The cost is $5 per car and $15 per bus. For more information, contact Orion Township Community Programs at 248-391-0304, extension 305, or visit their website at oriontownship.org. Several Oakland County communities form the North Oakland Household Hazardous Waste Consortium to provide residents with a safe, reliable, and environmentally responsible way to dispose of household hazardous waste. NOHAZ is holding a collections event on September 22nd from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Accepted materials can be anything from air fresheners and bleach to computer monitors and smoke detectors. All hazardous household waste is collected and handled by a household hazardous waste vendor in accordance with local, state, and federal regulations. Depending on the material type, some items are recycled, some are used as energy recovery, blended and used as fuel, and some are disposed of in a hazardous waste landfill. No appointments are necessary. To participate in a collection, member residents can attend the collections event on September 22nd at Wildwood Amphitheater in Civic Center Park. The event takes place from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. and the cost is $10. Call the NOHAZ hotline at 248-858-5656 for more information or visit their website at advantageoakland.com. There are multiple events being held in the Orion area to commemorate and honor the victims, military members, and first responders that were affected on September 11th. The Michigan Remembers 9/11 Fun and Jam for Vets is holding its annual Michigan Patriot Festival on September 8th at Civic Center Park in Orion Township. The event commemorates the lives of those who were lost on September 11, 2001, and the courage and heroism of those who put their own lives in danger to help others. The event begins with the Tunnel to Towers 5K run. The run will start with the flag ceremony at 8 a.m. and the race starts at 8:30. The Run, Walk, Roll, wheelchairs and strollers, will raise funds to send Michigan first responders to New York City to run in the National Stephen Stiller's Tunnel to Towers run on September 30th. Interested participants and volunteers can learn more and register at t2trun.org/slate/Detroit. This year, the International Chili Cook-Off Society will be holding a chili cook-off beginning at 9 a.m. with samples available starting at 10 p.m. The winner has the potential to go to the World's Championship Chili Cook-Off in October. Jam for Vets will be bringing in several musical bands for the event. The Michigan Remembers 9/11 Fund was founded by Patrick Anderson and Scott Watkins in 2006. Those wishing to make a donation, share their story, or get more information can view the website at michiganremembers.org or call them at 517-333-6984. In addition to the Michigan Patriots Festival on September 8th, the Orion Veterans Memorial will hold its 9/11 Patriot Day ceremony at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, September 11th. The annual Patriots Day ceremony is a time to honor the military, police officers, EMS, and firefighters who serve our country. It is also when the community honors the first responders. You can learn more about the Veterans Memorial and the Patriots Day ceremony by visiting orionveteransmemorial.com or calling them at 248-693-6636. We are going to take a quick break. You're watching ONTV News. Stay tuned.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
We want a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Welcome back to ONTV News. I'm Jessi Agnew. Orion Township officials passed the Firework Ordinance on Monday. The passed ordinance will now make it possible for the use of fireworks to be enforced by specific conditions. One of the main objections to the ordinance is the lack of regulation there would be for the day before, day of, and day after the national holiday. Another concern was it would be too soon to adopt this ordinance since the state is taking another look at the law. Township Supervisor Joanne Van Tassel said she feels this is a step in the right direction and to not take action will just invite more potential problems. A public hearing was recently held regarding the proposed expansion of the Eagle Valley landfill.
Good evening.
The expansion would include approximately 46 acres in the western part of their property, along with a vertical expansion that would cover about 36 acres of an existing portion of the landfill. For Waste Management to move forward with the expansion, they must first be approved by the permit from the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality. During the meeting on August 29th, Waste Management presented their plans for expansion, including the environmental monitoring network and wells and gas and the lining and cover system. Many attendants of the meeting expressed concerns about the proposed expansion. One of the most significant worries the community has is if the portion of the landfill they are planning to put more waste on is stable enough to handle the extra pressure that would be added. Many citizens also voiced their concerns of water contamination to their personal wells. The decision for the expansion permit will be made by November 1st. To view the public hearing in its entirety, tune into ONTV Government Access Channel 20 Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 1 p.m. or visit our webpage at orionontv.org for on-demand viewing. We are going to take another break, but when we return, we'll take a look at local sports. You are watching ONTV News. Stay tuned.
We want a Habitat home.
I love working on my Habitat home.
Soy dueño de una casa de Habitat.
My neighbor is a Habitat homeowner.
Being a Habitat homeowner has changed our lives.
My mortgage payment for Habitat is less than what I pay for rent.
Habitat for Humanity of Oakland County currently has homes available with mortgage payments lower than most rent payments. If you or someone you know needs decent and affordable housing, call 248-338-1843 or visit our website at habitatoakland.org.
Prescription drug abuse is a national epidemic. The new in way to obtain drugs is through parents' or grandparents' medicine chests. Removing prescriptions from your cabinet is the best way to keep drugs out of the hands of our young people. We've got to work together to protect our teens, our seniors, and our environment. Clean out your medicine cabinet today. Please participate in Operation Medicine Cabinet and drop off your unwanted or expired prescriptions at one of our law enforcement drop-off sites in Oakland County. We can't ignore this situation anymore.
Welcome back to ONTV News. I'm Jessi Agnew. We now turn our attention to local sports. Here is Ian Locke with your weekly sports roundup.
And now for Dragon Sports. First up, football. Coming off a close win to rival Oxford, Lake Orion was looking to start strong in the inaugural Gridiron Classic at Ford Field in Detroit. They were up against Troy Athens, who in their first game of the season unexpectedly lost badly to Warren Mott. Lake Orion cruised in the first half, scoring 35 offensive points. Zach Arnold got the ball rolling early, scoring on Lake Orion's second offensive possession on a 40-yard run with 4:10 left in the first quarter. Arnold scored the second touchdown of the game on a 36-yard run. At this point, with only 3 touches, Zach Arnold packed up 110 yards on the ground. Athens responded with Lucas Becerra's 17-yard completion from quarterback Joe Shields, but it wasn't long before the Athens defense allowed another long touchdown run, this time a 63-yarder by junior Corey Esther. Lake Orion would score again after Nick Volgemeyer's second interception of the game, leading to another TD run for Lake Orion, this time a 31-yard scamper by senior running back Jordan Waymer. Near the end of the first half, Athens marched down the field and scored on a 1-yard TD run by Jake Nelson on 4th down. With only 24 seconds on the clock, Athens looked to start the second half by only being down 14 points, but 24 seconds was enough for Lake Orion's quick strike offense to put up another score. Derek DeLura completed a 43-yard pass to Zach Arnold, moving them to the Athens 3-yard line with only 3 seconds left. DeLora then lofted a ball to Zach Miller in the end zone, connecting for the score. Lake Orion ended the half by 21 with a score of 34 to Athens 13. Troy Athens looked poised for a comeback to start the second half. On the very first play from scrimmage, Becerra scored on a 76-yard run. However, Lake Orion's defense would clamp down and not allow another Athens score. In the second half, Lake Orion scored on 4 more rushing plays and on a pick 6 by Nick Booker. Lake Orion won easily with a score of 68-20. Lake Orion starts the season with a record of 2-0, while Athens begins the season at 0-2 for the first time since 2008. It only had 2 games, but in those 2 games, Athens has allowed 833 rushing yards and 14 touchdowns. Lake Orion heads on the road to face the 1-1 West Bloomfield Lakers, while Athens heads to Pontiac to take on the winless Phoenix. The LOHS Lady Tankers were in action on Thursday, August 27th against Rochester Stony Creek. The Dragons were coming off a loss to Clarkston and were looking for strong swims against the Cougars. The meet started out on the right foot with a win in the opening event, the 200 medley relay, with Bethany Abramchek, Courtney McClear, Danielle Kudla, and Natalie Zanea. Abramchek took home 4 wins on the night, 2 relays and 2 individuals, including the 200 freestyle in 1 minute 58 seconds, .88, just 0.08 of a second off the Division I state cut time. And she also won the 100 freestyle with another near state cut time of 54.93. Senior diver Katie Corcoran continued her dominance with a score of 220.25 points for 6 dives, beating the nearest Cougar by 21 points. Sophomore diver Katrina Bowden had a nice showing, placing 4th for the Dragons. The Dragons would control the dual meet from beginning to end and would win 11 of 12 events on the night. The Dragons take the win 116-70. The Lady Tankers will be on the road for the next dual meet at Andover. Their next home meet will be on September 13th when West Bloomfield rolls into town. ONTV cameras will be on hand for that meet with highlights airing on ONTV News. Come on out and show your support for these dedicated athletes. The meet against the Cougars can be seen in its entirety on public access Comcast Channel 10, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. Or view it on demand at our webpage at orionontv.org. Just click on the YouTube link. The Dragon boys soccer team was in action on the 28th, taking on Division II state champs Avondale. The Dragons had their hands full early, surrendering their first goal just 2 minutes into the contest, with an Eric Koberstein goal just 10 yards out. The Dragons would surrender another goal after multiple clearing chances failed. Avondale junior Kerry Emiratioma from close range made it 2-0 Avondale. Avondale would tag on an insurance goal just 8 minutes into the second half after the Dragons threatened. Avondale goes on to shut out the Dragons 3-0. Avondale sits at 3-0 overall and in the OAA White. The Lake Orion Baptist soccer team was on the road August 30th against Rochester Hills Christian. Rochester Hills' Jessi Montgomery scored 3 goals. Aaron Berry chipped in with a goal and an assist, and Jared Brown made 6 saves in net for Rochester Hills Christian. Rochester Hills Christian sits at 5-0 on the season, while Lake Orion Baptist falls to 4-1. You can catch replays of select Dragon sporting events right here on ONTV. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 1 p.m., and Sundays at 7 p.m. You can also watch games on our YouTube channel. Visit our website at www.orionontv.org and click on the YouTube link. This is Ian Locke for ONTV Sports.
Thanks, Ian. That's it for this edition on ONTV News. Make sure to join us next time right here on ONTV. From the whole crew, I'm Jessi Agnew. Thanks for watching.